Okay guys, so today what I want to do is just talk about your hip flexor length, and it's really important that you start to understand hip flexors because preventing injuries and increasing your speed, increasing your quality of movement, it's just essential that you really have hip flexors long. So we'll just talk about anatomy first. And basically we're just aware that iliopsoas, your hip flexor muscle, will start at T12 and it'll be right on the front of your thoracic vertebrae, and then it'll come right down the front of all those lumbar vertebrae and insert in onto your lesser trochanter through your hips. So if you think about your spine being like a flagpole, your hip flexors are like guy ropes off that flagpole, so they're really essential. We'll just get Ange turning. Basically, when they get tight, what can happen is that they'll shift your pelvis forward, so they'll make you anterior tilt, and that's not great. And they can also externally rotate you. So if you think about your dancer, that's often that type of position that they're in. Dancers especially want to be aware of tight hip flexors. The other reason that you want to be aware is for your stride length. So if you're taking your step, it's important that you have this extension through your leg. And if you are tight through hip flexors, that will limit it. So be very aware. We want to show you how to stretch them. And one of the really good ways to do this, guys, is get your foam roller and tuck it up reasonably high through your buttock, so almost very top of your sacrum. And you're going to go into this stretch type of position. So Ange here is doing her right hip flexor, and this is very much a Thomas test type of position. So knee up to body. She'll feel that through the front. She's slightly adjusting that stretch, so she's taking the knee out to the side, and that will just change where she feels that stretch. So you can sit on that for about 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, and then other side. So knee up to chest. And again, she's getting that stretch through the left hip now. And she can slightly adjust it again, so get knee out. And just play around. You'll start to pick up your tight little sections. Really good way of getting to know the tension in your own body. It's great. So 20 to 30 seconds again. I do 3 lots of those, guys. And now we'll get Ange up. And she's going to go into this lunge type of position. So she's getting technique, pelvis under, hips square. And then the arm goes up. So again, making sure she's using her core strength to hold this. If she wants to increase that stretch, she can tuck the leg up, but just make sure, see that the pelvis then wanted to anterior tilt. So again, she's using her abdominal strength to keep that pelvis tucked back and under. She'll sit on that for 20 to 30 seconds as well. And then we'll just do the other side quickly. Same thing, hips square, pelvis tucked under, arm up. And remember, guys, you can increase that stretch by going to that, lifting that leg up as well. 20 to 30 seconds. Make sure all of these feel comfy at all times. If you've got any pain before, don't do it. If you've got any pain during or after, just stop as well. So you want to start to understand your hip flexors, because if you can keep them long, then you can increase your stride length, you can increase your quality of movement, you can make your arabesque better if you're a dancer. Very, very important. You should start to incorporate these into your routine. So I'd be doing them every time you do a stretch routine, and stay long, stay injury free, and increase your performance for life.